hit this top motor mount bolt and try to
see if you can lift up on it.
What's the update?
Yeah, and that's just going the whole thing straight up. It's not rotating. So I think that's due to the transfer case bolts. Yep. So we're gonna loosen the transfer case bolts, and then because they're slotted, it should be able to rock
twist around and.
Maybe we might just loosen all the hardware just as we get a fucking hoon on it, and then come back and tighten it.
You know what this lift doesn't have?
Bluetooth speakers. You guys don't install Bluetooth speakers on your lifts? What the hell? I do what?
I mean,
I mean, you listen here, Reggie Jackson, or whoever the fuck you think you are.
I'm gonna have to make a change order.
New customer.
We're one of those heater Bluetooth speaker setups. So when you're sitting there, when you're going up and down with the hoist, you'll stay warm and you have music going towards you.
You're already at $4 grand, you know. I had to raise the ceiling.
Fuck that. That was free.
Oh, come on, that custom job I did.
That was at least one beer. 12%er, but it was one beer. All right. Go ahead and try to pry hoon. Oh shit, yeah, bud. Fucking that's the fucking chunky monkey.
Right there.
Come down a little bit on the pry bar.
He was like, I could just. No, he didn't even grab
Down, 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 down.
The little Caesars chick
Right
in the
there.
back room.
All right, Jess, try to tighten that shit down.
She got down in the Burger King
I
bathroom.
did so many things.
Excellent. Alright, we're pretty much tight. I got one more to come.
So you want to come up from the bodywork side and come help?
Who?
What?
You do everything. You can turn the lights on.
Okay. You right down? Down?
Down, down.
Okay. All the way out. Down and out. Oh my god. We are fucking level. And we are fucking level. Okay, so both of those tonies are perfect. Alright, so now we can come down a little bit with the motor, because since we did that I kind of rotated it a little bit so we can come down.
I don't think we're hitting up there.
I know, I'm getting clearances everywhere, hun. We're gonna get clearance out.
Oh, we're not even touching right here. That's sketch.
So tiny hoon down. And stop. Quarter hoon up.
Okay, we're touching right here.
Well, I gotta come up actually a little bit, so wherever you're
Cut
touching.
that out.
So we just have to adjust the screw right here. So it doesn't push it in.
Yeah, god damn this thing. Fucking Harbor Freight. This shit sucks. But it was cheap enough and we got it that day. Oh! We've only done that 25 times.
No pain, no pain!
Oh my Lord Jesus, that was fucking great. Oh.
Tomahawk chop.
Tandy chop! This bitch is tight. Tighter than a VG.
So, it's all on the close up. So what's up? So
Okay, so we put this thing in here. Alright, so let's rewind a second. So, ton of people out there, I say a ton, there's a few write-ups on this thing on people trying to put these in, but nobody's used the brand new 8-speed automatic transmission and the transfer case that is being used currently. These are all like super new components and they're very long. So everybody that's done this swap has had plenty of room to be able to set this motor back. And when you set the motor back, you've got a ton of space back here, that's great. But when you set it back, you clear the front differential. And when you have as long as the transmission as we have, we cannot run a drive line that's going to be that short in the rear. So the differential is actually contacting the oil pan because we have to have the motor so far forward because of the drive line. So then we basically had to raise the motor back up because we had the suspension out of it. We went to put it back in and we were contacting by like 1.5 inches. So we had to raise the motor back up. Once we got the motor back up, we realized there was no way that we can clear the front differential, have the motor far enough forward, have the right drive line length that we need, have the proper angles of everything, yada, 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 without sectioning a portion of this metal cover that goes over right here. But that's also really hard because it happens to be right where the parking brake is and right where the seatbelt bracket is for the driver's seat. So we've got to make a custom little panel here. We've got basically a lot of contact with the alternator area. So Jesse's been over here working on that. He's getting ready to fit that back in right now.
So we're just barely touching on this little nut right here. Just barely touching that nut.
Is it a welded nut?
While you're up there, look down, make sure that the hydraulic hose
So
is in the right spot.
we got two options. We can grind that nut, or we can raise this sheet metal
I think
upward.
we raise the sheet metal upward because we're still going to be, it's still going to be lower than that nut. So I think what we do is right here where this chondy comes in and contacts that chondy, right where they meet, just before that, right here, we just take and we cut this chondy right here off,
And make a new
and then just come straight up
a flat. We could just do a flat piece right across that.
Yeah. Well, no, it can't be flat because you have to have this chondy in there.
I don't think we should take out that whole piece. That sounds crazy. I think we need to
You can't just bend it over.
bend this one up.
Nope, because then your handle's going to be fucking over here like a retard.
Not if you bend it right.
I thought you said you had it.
I did. And then
Keep
the
this
Scottish said I did.
level, but bring it up.
You know how it is, man. These things have minds of their own.
I don't
Hey,
think
take
you're
charge,
going to do
man.
that like you think.
Stop playing the blame game.
I think you're doubting me.
I'm not doubting you. I'm telling you that that's formed steel and it's going to be a pain in the ass to bend how you're thinking about bending it.
I'll take that back.
I have no doubts in you, son. My son.
Everything
I have no
your
doubts
fault.
in you, my son. I just think that it'll be easy to make a 1/2 inch chondy rectangle and a 1/2 inch chondy rectangle and a 1/2 inch chondy rectangle and raise the chondy 1/2 inch. Chondy.
Yes, so they turn into little piggies sometimes. It's okay.
That's way harder.
You do you, boo. Don't fuck it up. Make this fucking shit straight.
Keep that shit straight.
He says he can do it. Let's have him do it.
Chukadis. Rick?
There you go.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, I apologize for the miscommunication to about here.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well that gives us, so I know that we're in this realm
Right.
of approximately the same as the original driveline. I didn't want to go any shorter than that because it was already super short. So, yeah. And then, we had to choose to come back almost 1.5 inches from where we were because I couldn't package anything, radiators, anything. I mean, because the front nose, same deal. The more you come forward, the nose tapers off.
Right.
So then you lose all your height. And so, if you come forward 1.5 inches, well, shit, you've lost 3 inches of height.
Right,
So
right,
now
right.
everything has shrunk to a point of you ain't getting it. It's custom made. And so I was like, okay, well, let's move this thing back and get it to where we can get to components we can buy.
Right,
So some of this
exactly.
stuff, it's just super tight. That's truly the deal.
I get
Almost
it.
no room. So yeah, we're
get it.
trying to definitely. Yesterday, I made the joke of we are definitely rolling on an octagon wheel right now, and we are trying to figure out how to make this thing round. So
It's crazy.
yeah, but it's a super cool project because when this thing's done, it'll be badass for sure. I mean, like, it'll be comfortable to drive. It'll be, you know,
It'd be a runner.
yeah, yeah.
And I know Rio. You
And
guys have the mounts already, like mocked up. The engine mounts.
So those are in and bolted.
Right.
You can see how they're actually mounted.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's sick, dude.
So before, again, looking at the Star Wagon guy's Rio, his mounts were like really long and kind of goofy because he was trying to use the original drop bracket.
Right.
We looked at that 2 or 3 times and I was like, dude, that's ugly. I can't do that. Our, you know, like our shop just doesn't put out weird shit. And so I was like,
you got your name.
well, we're going to sleeve the frame. We're going to put it right through right here and make it to where it's physically mounted like it was a stock motor.
That's clean, man.
location.
That is really, really clean. I like the placement. He mentioned that he trimmed some of the fins off of his pan so you can try and get a little bit lower as
And
well.
so same thing, what I was going to do is when we actually just had the T-case in the position that I wanted,
Right.
it was just touching the fin. So I'm going to sand down those fins to give us at least a 1/4 inch of clearance, you know. The motor mounts are super solid, so the movement on that's super limited. I don't think that it's going to have any vibration issues as long as I get a 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch of clearance in there.
You can trim down those fins. The plastic is like this thick. When
Gotcha,
I pulled it, I was
gotcha.
like, it's thick enough.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so that's basically the layout, and you can see where that power steering would pump, how that thing just
How that
comes
would be
and goes
right
bang
there.
right there.
Right,
You're just
right,
like,
right.
you sucker. And then, yeah.
This is badass. This is gonna be
And then
so
so,
badass.
and now you can see there's your intake tube, right?
Okay,
So
yep.
plenty of clearance there.
So you're gonna come kind of like down and then back up or something?
So
and go
yeah, so
over?
what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down like this.
Yep.
Or I'm basically from right here. I'll probably run a 40-degree, come off of there, come right up into here. These heater hoses are going to get moved, and I'm going to run your intake tube down like this.
Yep.
It's going to come down, and your intercooler is actually going to sit right here. And so the intercooler is going to get leaned forward right in this area right here.
Okay, so it's gonna be kind of like at
Exactly.
at an angle.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Similar to how the skid pan was, and you know, laying up in there like that at that angle.
Yeah, as long as it's protected, right?
Oh
because
yeah,
I'm
of
gonna be
course.
hitting
No,
stuff.
yeah, no. Everything again, everything that I'm designing is to where this thing's fully skid panned. There's no, you know, contact zones, nothing. So yeah, intercooler's going to be tucked up high. Then it's going to go your AC condenser and then your radiator.
Okay.
Before, like I said, when we had this thing, we had it almost all the way up to here. Then I was like, well, shit. Well, I can only fit a radiator that big.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so then I was like, okay, this isn't working. You know, so then we set that thing back.
And there's enough room for a pull fan, a slim pull fan in there?
Yep.
Okay.
So the radiator setup that we found is 4.5 inches with the fans, because what they do, the radiator, they actually cut the center of it out,
Yeah.
and they inset the motor into the core.
Oh, okay.
So it makes it to where it's super slim
Right,
line.
right, right.
So, and Colin has all that stuff to show you, so then you can kind of see what we're looking at.
Is
here.
it like is it a dual core?
Dual core, yeah. So
Okay.
it's the fan or the radiator itself is actually 3 3/4 inches dual core cross flow radiator.
Okay, cool.
With the fan that's inset into it.
Okay.
And
Dimension wise, it's gonna
yeah,
fit
dimension
there.
wise, it's like max. So we're 25 inches right to left from
Okay.
edge to edge, and we're, I believe, 21 inches in height overall. And they said that it's rated for up to 650 horsepower of coolant flow. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, because that other one, I think it's better than the stock one, but I don't know if it's good enough for this. It's producing a lot more heat and a lot more power.
Right. And I told Colin, I said, man, I would like to try to use it, just the hoses and everything, opposite sides.
This sucks because I'm working off of trash.
What's up?
This looks like shit because I'm working off a trash can.
You gotta improvise and work.
Improvising.
Improvise on what you
Till I'm
work
done
on.
with that new welding table. I got the frame built on wheels. I just need to cut a plate at the top. And that'll be hella dope. Keeping a lot of structures if we played it. He's very happy with the setup. No, I like how he said he can Sammy's work on it. He's not playing fucking.
going on so far?
We are delooming. Deloom. So I'm pulling all of the electrical circuits that are unnecessary out of the system. So we're basically taking everything out that is going to be a non-used powered source. Stuff for the alternator and those things are all going to come out because all those circuits are going to get tied back in using the new harness. So a lot of this stuff I'm just going to bob back, and then where it needs to have power resupplied, I'll be resupplying power back into the original body harness to basically make it to where headlights, taillights, and all that stuff still function. So just looking at what circuits we're going to cut back and remove completely out of the harness, and then after that, look at where the new harness is going to get laid out in the car. So it's a little bit high right now because we're still working on the mount for the transfer case, which is almost finished up. But as soon as that's done, I'll be able to climb up in here, and we're going to pull these harnesses all the way back. There's some relay fuse boxes and stuff like that over here. We still got to delete and take out. So once we get this stuff pulled, then we'll be able to clean this harness up really nice and eliminate as many wires as possible as we go to install this new harness over here. So again, Axis Industries made a really nice harness system. So we're going to be installing this, and really there's just a couple powers and grounds that need to be installed, and then this whole system will plumb and operate the motor. So that'll be what's getting integrated into the body harness right now. Can I have a wiring diagram for a 1988 Mitsubishi Delica?
No, because you told me yesterday you wouldn't need one.
There's a couple wires that I think I might want to have.
But you already told me you didn't need one.
All right, I don't need one back.
Just fuck with you.
Actually,
I'll see what I can find.
here's the deal. You want to know the deal? What I just asked for was because I was being lazy. I shouldn't do that, so just don't even pull it up.
I'm not fine. I was thinking we might need one anyway. It's fine. So I'll see what I can find.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm serious. Because, like, if I spend the time to do it right, I don't need the fucking wiring harness. So if I do some stupid shit that I was thinking about doing just now, I need the wiring harness. I don't want to do that.
Turn off the camera.
So no, it's fine. No, this is the real deal. I was making a decision out there, and I was like, oh well, I could just tap in right here. But like truly, we have thousands of dollars in Axis wiring that is made specific to plumb back into the vehicle, and me cutting into that to tap into something 5 inches shorter because I don't want to de-loom the forward half of the cab of the wiring harness, which is several hours of work. But the truth is that the right way to do it is to just de-loom the harness and do it properly. So that's what I'm going to go to.
Just the fact that these line up and I don't even got to push on it.
Yeah.
Alright, and then I'm ready to go up from the top.
Justin got into the 10 milligram bag.
It's getting all icy. Definitely.
Yeah.
Is that margarita?
The 10 milligram or the 100 milligram gummy worms. Yeah.
Gummy worms?
Yeah. He ran out of his sugar.
Really?
Yeah. So I gave him more sugar.
No way.
Yeah.
You gotta activate it.
Yeah. Justin ran out of sugar, so he ate the edibles, ate the gummies.
Over your way?
Swear. Serious? Yeah. No, I'm just joking.
Well, no, because that fool doesn't smoke weed, so he'd get fucking turfed. Murder him. So since you've been gone, like separate like that, you know. That's how you braid the hair. Just like, you know, come in, weave it through like a basket weaver. Weave that back through. Since you've been gone, I de-loomed the whole goddamn harness and re-loomed the whole factory harness, and then started putting in all the new custom-made harness by Axis Industries. And so now I've planned out how I'm going to lay this thing out. The only problem is it's a universal harness, right? So like they don't know where we're really going to put any of these components and how we're going to set it up. But the best locations that I have for everything means that I need to have a 6-foot patch harness for my interior section because it's just not long enough to get where I need to go. So we're going to have to call Axis Industries back up, get a patch harness made for this thing to go up into the dash, which is no big deal. But other than that, I was able to package the full relay box just behind the air box right here, real nice. And then I was able to package the CAN bus module in here as well. Wires run across nice and tucked all the way across over here. Behind the battery, we have the ECU mounted. So we've got everything re-lubed. All the factory components are reattached for all the interior controls, windows, dash lights, AC, vents, you know, all that stuff is all re-lubed and reintegrated back into the vehicle. We've placed the ECU just behind the battery right here, easy access. Same thing with the fuse panel, be able to access that just by flipping the seat up. So pretty much everything is user-friendly, accessible by the consumer, and the last thing that we're going to need is just to have an extension harness to be able to plumb all the stuff for the gauges and engine controls from the front side, from the ignition switch and things like that. But for the most part, I got 70% of the harness installed right now, so it's going pretty smooth. Rolling away, making brackets for the throttle, getting ready to mount that up into place. So we've got the full hoon, got most of the wiring all re-loomed and pulled back into the cab. Got my main circuits here that I got to tie into for the new cluster. Got the new bezel and cluster mounted in, so we're getting ready to tie some of that stuff in. Waiting to hear back from Axis Industries
For that patch.
on the patch and for some pinout diagrams so we can get the rest of their harness actually loomed in. As soon as I get this pedal in place, the next thing I'll be working on is going to be the shifter mechanism. Get the shifter all buttoned up, and then after I get the shifter buttoned up, I'll be working on the cables to run the transfer cable. So just trying to get all the controls dialed in right now. Made sure after I de-loomed everything, so we did our checks, hooked up the battery, key on, all my headlights, blinkers, turn signal, you know, everything like that, all still functions in the car, so I didn't cut anything out that I wasn't supposed to. That's always good. And then, yeah, starting to get everything moving back up.
Gauge cluster looks pretty nice. I like that.
Yeah. So we
That's
painted
gonna be a
the
nice
Oh. So we cut that work good.
Yeah.
And so the throttle pedal, it's going to mount in here just like that. And then it's got a full range of hoon.
And this bracket's our design.
Yeah, we made this bracket. Yes. So that'll be the bracket to get it installed closest to the side and all the way up, so it's closest to the factory location of the pedal. Before, the original pedal was basically right over here, and so we're trying to get it tucked all the way over and all the way up so we can get it in the factory location.
What is your name?
Senor, fuck off.
So we need to open there.
Is that a like a universal gauge cluster?
It is.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was like a.
Digital's universal.
Gotcha.
You're asking the wrong guy that question.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like another van Delica, gauge cluster.
No, they make universal stuff, which is pretty cool.
Gotcha. Is this a premium ADF part? Is this kit gonna be offered?
Mom was gonna be offered.
Offered with the trans mounts and all that. Premium ADF, fabrication, Delica kit.
right there. Got it mounted through the 2 holes for now. And then we're gonna have a couple mounts to the dash through there. And yeah, I mean, that looks pretty much readable. I might move it down. Maybe move it down.
This is why I was always good at braiding girls' hair. You see those finger skills, right? Just like separate like that, you know? That's how you braid the hair. Just like, you know, come in, weave it through like a basket weaver. Weave that back through. There's your next knot, you know, if you wanted to weave it in, you pass through like that and then come back like this. This is why I was always good at braiding girls' hair. You see those finger skills, right? Just like separate like that, you know? That's how you braid the hair. Just like, you know, come in, weave it through like a basket weaver. Weave that back through. There's your next knot, you know, if you wanted to weave it in, you pass through like that and then come back like this.
Safety third. You got a no shit handle in your truck?
You know, shit gets crazy when the driver has a oh shit handle.
Oh shit, bro! I can't grab it! Oh shit!
When you gotta take your hands off the wheel and let Jesus take over.
Like, oh shit! Oh shit! That's you know when shit's getting hairy when you gotta hang on to that one.
You want me to see it? Alright, what's up, guy? Fucking 1993 Mitsubishi Delica. We're swapping an Cummins R2.8 into with the fucking 8-speed Chrysler transmission and Chrysler PT.3 transfer case. Pretty fucking sweet. Pretty sweet.
Reminds me of that old Toyota, like the very first four-wheel drive minivan.
Oh yeah.
Remember those?
Yes.
Todd Taylor had one.
Oh yeah, boy.
That's what I did this morning. Cause I was like, wait a minute, something's different here.
Yep. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Bottom ones and the top ones. Where's it all go? Damn it.
Huh? So you trying to spill shit on me?
Did I spill some out? Oh shit! Oh, it's because one hose. You're leaking Hulk juice.
Hulk juice.
Go.
That's alright, they're probably gonna get fucking rearranged a ton. So they're probably not gonna right now. We'll probably end up just taking them all the way out. Once I get the
Go.
So I'm taking this one bracket out right now. I'll be right here after or should I just to keep the area clean? Yeah, we're just leaving there. I was gonna say
Ta-da! It's in. Let's try the AC.
Hey, Rick. I'm gonna try and go figure out how to take my laptop back. Okay. 10-4. Oil filter brackets.
I came up from Bermuda, my niggas alright with you, Nemo.
Keep it up.
Rick, did you know you have like a doppelganger in England? Well, that dude, Neil Parnham, that called the other day about the wing, I was just creeping on him. He also owns Suffolk Rifle Company, which shut down in 2016 in the UK. Now they're based out of Texas. Remember he said he had an outfit in Texas? Yeah.
That's funny.
Builds crazy classic cars and does things.
Gotta make the bags more bigger.
They're not in Harlem to protect us. They're not in Harlem to look out for our welfare. They're in Harlem to protect the interests of the businessmen who don't even know them.
That one's the other way around. That's fucking weird.
So we have cool eggs.
7-degree, both of them.
So then we need the manifold. Because I'm sure the manifold is going to be the same as the block. They're the same fittings on both sides.
And how many fittings do you have for that? 4 or 2?
I have 4 more of these ones.
Huh?
I have 2 more of these ones that go on this side.
But those are -8, which is the engine's using closer to a -10.
We're talking if we're going to start throwing the reducer to drop them down.
Well, I'm thinking about coming in with -10 for the closed circuit, but when it opens for the cooler, it can be -8. Right? Yeah. That'll work, right?
Yeah.
Because any extra flow will still go through here.
Yeah, I can still go through.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna come on that side. Oh. Get the side panel mocked up for both sides. That. Pretty much ready.
We have a pair of dikes? Anybody?
Dikes?
I put my trust in the mob. We got Mitsubishi Delicas parked in the garage.
Up. We're gonna keep this factory little JDM sticker exposed. This one right here, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, is that cool?
You a bitch.
That's number 1.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that there.
Yeah.
What's going on, Chaga? He's drilling cross member for a mount.
Yeah.
For the e-brake, electronic e-brake we're putting in here.
Yeah, how'd that turn out? Oh, yeah.
Paint it. Pretty nice.
Crispy.
Think I'm gonna paint it silver?
Yeah.
Like this? Like that.
Gotcha.
Bezel?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Do that?
Saw that as a kit too.
That. Yeah, we could. It'd be hard to like recreate this exactly.
Gotcha.
But yeah. They could figure it out. And then we'll build it.
Yeah.
Send your car down to Custom F and Customs.
.com.
AuburnCalifornia.com. And we'll put this in for you.
Google it.
Beautiful.
Blood! Woo! Busted knuckles.
Busting.
Busting nut sacks.
Just reaming it.
Cleaning up these plasma cut holes up to 5/16. Ready for paint.
Will I get it to fit? Yes, I will. Nice and smooth.
B-Trendy edits. B-Trendy.
Beach Chandy? Oh.
B-Trendy edits are happening.
It's like, what are you saying? English?
B-Trendy.
Bichandi.
B-Trendy.
Bichandi way.
Okay.
Chandi mounts mounted.
Oh. .3/8 ratchet, ram pack.
We don't have those here.
Yeah. Ratchet? I got a ratchet back there.
I need speed.
I need that spring.
I need speed.
Are you guys using it right now?
That's some Chandi tape.
We use it right now.
That's the shittiest tape ever. I need a real 3M tape. Where's my real shit?
Where's Marty at?
Where's Marty? I don't know. He's down in the bay doing something for Gina or whatever.
Is he going to Costco?
I don't know. No. He spooked out.
Call his ass. He's supposed to be going to Costco the day of the race.
Tomorrow, he's gonna pick me up and we're gonna plan the event and call the sponsors and do all that stuff.
Pick you up?
Pick me up and go. Yeah, and he has some doctor's appointment, so he wants to down in the bay. So he wants to take care of the stuff that we've been planning. So I guess he's gonna grab me, and then we're gonna call the people that we've been talking to for the event.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but basically, the pro side competition is canceled. So
Well then, if that's the case, then I would say that it's probably canceled.
the whole thing.
Yeah, because dude, it's
All you
way
did
too
was
much money.
Advertise it as a pro event.
10 bands to go up there for non-fucking real Chandi.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There's
Yeah, they're taxing everybody.
there's no pros that are coming out. Then I would say
Just
that would
Rudy.
have been the fucking deciding thing because like
No,
all the people that are wanting to sponsor are sponsoring because of the pros.
Nobody's sponsoring nothing.
No,
No,
if they were, right? And if nobody's sponsoring, then we can't be put.
What's that, Chandra?
License plate. CU mount.
License plate.
It goes to 3/8. This thing's real nice. I just picked it up
From Merrill?
from Travis. Meepa Merpa. Lifetime warranty.
Oh, Mac.
So it's got
I thought
3/16, quarter, 5/16, 3/8, up to ½ inch, but 3/8 is perfect for those rib nuts for the quarter 20s.
Thought it was a D-Lump from Merrill.
Shit, Merrill's kid showed up today.
Yeah,
He was all fished out.
yeah. He was so fished out that he put his hand on the toolbox and then ended up walking away. He leaned on it for a second. And then I was like, hey, you gotta take that? And then he ended up walking away. He's like, I'm gonna be showing that guy around.
He'll be back.
Yeah. Said he'll be back. Next month, in 2 years.
Enough space so I can get my fitting in here, pretty much, but like basically just like right fucking here.
Okay. Yeah.
I tried to stand it up, but we don't have enough stand-up room because of where that's at. I couldn't get it in there sideways either because it's too wide. It's wider than the transfer case. Yeah, it's just resting on that too because of that, but it fit fairly well because of that too. I gave it like a place to rest, you could say, or whatever.
Almost if we could like notch this. Just do it on here. I don't know. I guess we can. So you just want to have tab from the skid plate?
That's what I was thinking.
Top two.
So yeah, what I thought is because, well, what I thought is actually not from the skid plate. I'm sorry, I said from the skid plate. That's not what I meant. Because if you drop the skid plate down, you don't want to have to fucking deal with pulling the fucking transfer. So what I thought about doing was just from this tube right here. Or maybe just from this bracket. Bring this bracket, have a thing that comes down and then attaches and holds off of the back of that.
Yeah. But then how do you kind of secure the bottom? You could just add a couple of screws right here.
Yeah, to another little L bracket.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll work. And you just undo those screws to get it so that you meet it hanging from the upper bracket. Yeah. 10-4. Okay. So yep, that chunny. Okay, and then I gotta go from there to a thermostatic coupler. So I need 2 90s, 2 straights, 4 straights, 4 90s, 4 straights, 4 90s. We're ready to tear it apart. I'm good at that, baby.
That's it. Don't film that.
I told my buddy that works for Boeing the shit that you're doing.
What
That
does
retired
he
from
do?
Boeing.
What does this guy do?
The crazy way he does this machining of stuff.
Well, just say what you just said.
He crawls under a car with a piece of cardboard and a pen, and then comes out with a pair of scissors and does some cutting and goes back under the car again, and then he disappears into his mad scientist workshop, and a half an hour later he comes out with a whole new undercarriage of a car. That's basically what he does.
And that's what you see right here. Not really. So we pretty much got the skid plate all mocked up, ready to do a final test fit. And yeah, we did some arts and crafts, took it to FedEx, did a nice little 3-foot wide scan. It got cut off, so that was a complete waste of time. Ended up doing it all manually, but now we're here, almost done. Got these nice little tube caps on the 45 degrees. And we'll mount up here. And we might end up throwing another tube here for a little more strength. But getting along, we're going to be mounting the air compressor and the air tank today. And then maybe mopping up the exhaust later. And building the exhaust for Aero tomorrow. Well, yeah.
And that's a pretty safe location for it.
Like a virgin, tight like the very first time.
It's definitely tight.
There's nothing like a really big wall of rock salt.
So that would be 90. Yeah, these would be getting 90s. Transcore lines. Yeah, so I don't think it came with any AN fittings. It just came with fucking straight adapters. Yeah.
The staple on the finger.
Ow.
Not using this. Again, that's exactly what we'll run.
Hello?
And I'll move that back over around, so 90 to 90. I've ever met in my life.
Hey, I can switch up real quick too, though.
He's like, I got a baseball bat in my backseat, motherfucker!
I got babies to live for.
All right, brother. Later.